In South Korea, the Constitutional Court upheld the impeachment of President Yoon Yeol, ending his tumultuous presidency. The unanimous verdict came 4 months after he sparked a political crisis by an ill-fated declaration of martial law. His removal also caps a dramatic fall for Yoon, a former star prosecutor who went from political novice to president in 2022, just a year after he had entered politics. Now, a presidential election must be held within 60 days. Let's speak to our regional correspondent, Yena Lee. Hello to you, Yena. You've covered this crisis for France 24 a number of times. Take us through this ruling from the Constitutional Court. Yena, can you hear me? We're having some trouble with the connection there. Just wondering if you could take us through the ruling from the court.
Yoon Suk-yeol's official portraits are being taken down across the country. The flag as well, the official flag outside the presidential residence, also taken down just minutes after that verdict. It really does indicate that it is all over for Yoon, that former star prosecutor. He is now exiting the role of president in disgrace. Opposition Democrats reacted swiftly, saying that this ruling is a great victory for the people of the Republic of Korea. The ruling Conservatives, though, Yoon's own party, they said it was unfortunate, but they do accept this decision. Yoon's lawyers, however, accuse the court of making what they call a political decision. I would just like to quote the head judge who read out the court's opinion this Friday morning. They said Yoon did not merely declare martial law. He went on to commit acts that violate the Constitution and the law.
Now a period of, I guess, rapid campaigning, what's next?
For Yoon, he has to leave the compound at some point. He can't live in that official residence anymore. He's been stripped of his presidential immunity as well. By the way, he's also facing charges of alleged insurrection in a separate criminal court case too, so we'll keep an eye out for that. For the rest of the country's authorities have 60 days to organize elections. The acting president now has up to 10 days to officially announce election day, and then campaigning will kick off officially. Observers predict that should take place around early June for when ballots will open. And the acting president has said he will do all that he can to ensure that there will be no power vacuum during this period.
And it might be early, but any idea of frontrunners for the election?
Well, the opposition Democratic Party's most likely candidate is firebrand leader Lee Jae-myung, a divisive figure in South Korean politics. He's known for his sharp tongue and his progressive economic views. Lee remains extremely popular with the Democratic base. He was, after all, the man that led his party to a landslide parliamentary victory, effectively making President Yoon a lame duck leader, a situation that upset him so much that he unconstitutionally turned to martial law, as we were talking about earlier. Lee, though, does face many legal challenges of his own. He was recently acquitted on one count of election law violation, but he faces other legal cases, including accusations of perjury and of bribery. Despite all of this, he is the front runner. At the moment, on the Conservative side, the race is wider, far more open. They've been divided between supporting Yoon and more or less openly throughout this whole debacle. Han Dong-hoon, he was the People Power Party's leader during the martial law situation. At first, he was very cautious about openly criticizing Yoon, but later, when he found out that there was a plan to kidnap him and other politicians, he called for Yoon's resignation. The pro-Yoon faction within the Conservative Party call him a traitor, but moderates really favour him. There could also be another man, Hong Jun-pyo, a veteran in South Korean politics, the mayor of the staunchly red Daegu city. He has criticised Han for turning his back on President Yoon Suk-yeol.
All right, Yena, thank you very much. Yena Lee reporting.